Hello, and welcome to This is Route 66. Thank you for joining us. Today's special guest is Marian Pavel, who lives in Bratislava, Slovakia. Marian has spent 23 years working in prominent Slavic media at both local and multinational publishing houses. He started his career as a journalist, and his expertise includes print and digital publishing, online marketing, and PR communication. Since 2017, Marian has been fully committed to the Route 66 navigation and Route 66 passport projects, overseeing their development, marketing, and communication efforts. Marian is an avid biker and traveler who enjoys good food and good beer. And now, all the way from Bratislava, Slovakia, I'd like to welcome Marian to our channel.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here with you and with your viewers.
Thank you. Marian, many people recognize your name from various Route 66 social media sites over the past few years. But let's go back further. Can you briefly tell us more about you, where you live, and your history?
Yeah, of course. I was born in a little town called Přerov in Czechoslovakia because previously our countries, we lived together in Czechoslovakia. In 1993, our countries were split to Czech Republic and Slovakia, but our families are still very connected. It means that I was born in Czech Republic, but currently I'm living in Slovakia, as you mentioned, in capital Slovakia, Bratislava. And yeah, that's it.
Okay. So, what was life like for you in Czechoslovakia as a child?
Oh, as a child, I had a happy childhood, although I spent my childhood in communism with all the restrictions which communism brings to us. One of them was, for example, that our borders were closed and we were not allowed to travel abroad. So, as a child, I lived near a border with Austria. And all the time, I was really curious what is on the opposite side of the river, but we were not allowed to travel. So when communism fall down in our country in 1998, it was not surprised that my first trip across the border was directly to Austria, and I immediately found a charm of traveling there. So when the borders were open, I found passion in traveling, and I traveled a lot of countries over the world since then.
And that's really interesting. So, tell us where you live now, and also tell us about your education.
Currently, I'm living in Bratislava, which is about 10, 12 miles away from Austrian border. So we are very close to our neighbor country. But also, I'm spent a lot of time on my farmhouse, which is located in central Slovakia. So these are two places where all the ideas and work on Route 66 projects are done. Uh, my education, I studied an engineering school, but frankly, I never did this kind of work because since my teenage, I wanted to be a journalist, and I followed my dream. Uh, I In my teenage, that was the 90s in Slovakia, and after our country turned to democracy, that was a crazy time with a lot of opportunities. So after I finished engineering school, instead of studying on a college, I started to work as a journalist in my 19 in the most influential Slovak newspaper called SME. So that was my beginning in media. That was in 1994.
That's real interesting. Now, a little earlier, you mentioned your farm. Now, I grew up on a grain farm and I still consider myself a farm boy. I live out in the country. So, just briefly tell us about your farm area.
Oh, Uh, as a child, I also grew up in a small village in Bratislava, and my mother and father had some animals, and we had to work on the garden. So I always was very familiar with gardening and farm life. So that's the reason why I decided 3 years ago to purchase a farmhouse, which is located near the woods. That's an alone place, just three houses. The nearest village with a small shop is about, let me say, 7 8 miles away from us. The larger city is located about 20 miles away from us. So that's a really quiet and peaceful place. As I said, near the woods with grass fields with a lot of deers and foxes and other animals. We have a old house which we try to renovate with my wife, and also we established a little bit large garden. So we
Hmm.
try to grow some vegetables and fruits during the summer season. We are very happy there. It's a place which bring us a lot of joy to our lives. So
It sounds beautiful. It really does. I was just trying to envision it as you were describing it. So, you said you started out after college as a journalist. Can you tell us about your career path?
yeah, I started as a music journalist, and I really like to remember for those years because it was a great time with great opportunities. As I said, 90s in Slovakia were years full of opportunities and adventures. Um, that time, I had an opportunity to meet the largest celebrities in music life. I'm just, let me say, only a Slovak journalist who made an interview with Rolling Stones, for example, that
Oh,
time.
wow. Hmm.
Uh, I made an interview with really popular bands that time, like Roxette,
Hmm.
the singer Moby,
Hmm.
or Status Quo, and then Pet Shop Boys, and many others. So as I said, I really like to remember on these times. But in a years, I changed the positions in media, and also I worked for. Most important publishing houses in Slovakia, and late 90s, I started to work with online, with internet, and I started to specialize myself for telecommunications and online. And uh, since 2002, I think I started to build to work on the largest Slovak news portals. In years, I was behind three most popular and most visited Slovak news portals.
Hmm.
Which were called Sme.sk, Čas.sk, and Plaska.sk. So that was a really great time, and I can say that I worked in media industry for 23 years, and I achieved all my career dreams there
Hmm.
in these years. In 2015, um, I decided to quit and leave media for many reasons. And in 2016, I worked for a large travel agency here in Slovakia, and I had an opportunity to learn more about Route 66. And that year, we traveled Route 66 for first time. And since 2017, with my business partner Jan, we established a company which is working on Route 66 navigation app and our other projects like Route 66 passport and etc. So that's my brief career, because I can talk a lot about these years in media. It
Hmm.
was a really great time there. But as I said, in 2015, 2016, it was time to move on and start to do something else.
Before we continue, let's take a short break and play Beat the Buzzer.
Get ready. It's time to play Beat the Buzzer. Can you guess our jigsaw puzzle? To participate, click the subscribe button below. All right, it's time to play Beat the Buzzer.
Welcome back. Let's move on to our next topic. So, Marian, tell us about the historic Route 66 Facebook group page.
This is the Facebook group page, which is run by us. And the group was established early in Facebook times by Swa and Nadine. These are two Route 66 roadies, were also walking encyclopedias about Route 66, and really devoted fans of Route 66. But uh, in pandemic year, for various reasons, they decided to give up on administration of the group. And that time, when everything was uncertain, and nobody know the time what will happen next week, they just uh, asked us if we want to purchase this group and continue in their work. So we had a really short discussion with Jan about this step, and we decided that okay, we will take over the group. Uh, and I really believe that that was one of the best decisions which we had on Route 66, because in 3 years, or let me say, when we purchased the group, at that time it was the largest Facebook group about Route 66, with 20,000 members. And in 3 years, together with administrators and moderators which are helping us to administrate the group, we achieved more than 150,000 members
Hmm.
until today. So this is something what I'm proud of, and I really believe that we created the place along other groups. Of course, this is not only Facebook group about Route 66, and there is a many great Route 66 groups on Facebook for travelers. But we made a place which is safe, friendly, uh, non-political. I have to mention, uh, devoted to traveling and helping travelers and small businesses on Route 66. And I'm really proud of that. We can see tens of posts every day about great places, great businesses, great people on Route 66.
I'm a member as well, and I follow it, and I really like the ability to communicate with other Route 66 travelers and to share ideas, questions, answers, because I may have a question about a particular location, and there's other people that have answers. So it's a really good place, a market of sharing ideas and thoughts.
This is the advantage of the large Facebook group, that there is a large community of people who are able to answer any question regarding to travel, to traveling, regarding to businesses, regarding to, I don't know, flight tickets, and etc. and etc. And this is something what I really like on our group, that I was never disappointed by answer. Of course, time to time we can find there some. Especially new members who are grumpy or rude to others. But grumpy and rude members are not anymore with us in the group. I can say we try to keep the group as a really friendly and helpful place, and any offensive or rude commenting isn't allowed and isn't welcomed in our group. So this is something what makes the group special, because I think that everybody knows that Facebook turns to really toxic place time to time, and although it takes a lot of energy, a lot of time, and a lot of effort from us administrators to keep the group clean from all the toxic content, it's worth for all the work, because it is a friendly and helpful place.
I like the way you phrase that, friendly, because I was thinking the same thing. It's a friendly community of Route 66 enthusiasts that may want to share ideas and thoughts and questions. And again, it's just the community of being able to help each other with advice.
Absolutely, and even if I know a lot about Route 66, there is still a lot of information which I'm learning from our group. So that's great thing.
I'd like to say thank you to our guest today, and also I want to say thank you for watching my videos. Producing these videos is just my way of giving back to Route 66 and preserving this piece of Americana for the next generation. Now you can let me know that you appreciate these videos by just simply clicking onto this logo to subscribe to my channel, and of course feel free to share these videos to your social media pages.